Welcome to Redvee TV, supported by Chapel House Cars for the 2024 season. As we continue our build-up to the 2024 Super League campaign, and with 31 days to go before the Saints take on the London Broncos at the Totally Wicked Stadium, it is time to get onto our own number 31, Kevin.
Yes, and number 31 is Noah Stevens, who is proudly sponsored by Redvee.net.
Redvee.net is a St Helens independent fans website set up in 2003, currently celebrating its 21st season of providing a platform for St Helens fans to share all their views on the greatest club in rugby league. There's the website, there is the forum, and there is the social media channels across Facebook, Instagram, and X, as well in recent years as a TV channel which can be found on YouTube, which is currently about to go over 1 million views, Kevin. It's hosted by two really good-looking blokes, so we don't know whether we come for the looks or we come for the opinion.
It's probably the opinion, isn't it? I don't think it's a very independent view, the one you've just come up with, is it?
No. Anyway, it's not Noah Stevens, it's Redvee's Noah Stevens. Ownership
Correct.
is ours.
Yes. For the duration of the sponsorship, he will be known as Dan Hill, who has now departed the club. Hopefully gets sorted with a new club soon enough. He will become Redvee.net's Noah Stevens after the original, the OG Redvee.net's Dan Hill. The mantle has moved on. The king has been crowned.
Yes. He will be Redvee's Noah Stevens until he departs the club to pastures new, or he progresses so far that he becomes out of our price range.
And I hope it's the latter.
Yes. But he'll never forget us, Kevin.
He will never forget us.
But do you know what? Don't think of what is to come. Think, well, there's something there somewhere.
Just mangle that. It's fine. We'll move on quickly. I think people are aware of Noah and the fact that he's a prop forward coming through the ranks. Joined the Saints scholarship when he was 15 from Pilks, and he signed a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option in the club's favour. And from what we've seen of him, he's a very, very exciting prospect.
He's an absolute unit, isn't he? Let's be honest. If anybody's seen any of the academy games last season or 1 or 2 of the reserves and seen some of the highlights, at that level, he was barreling through people, punching holes, good footwork, and he's got potential, it has to be said.
Yeah, he definitely has. I mean, he got called up for Lancashire Origin as well. Scored 6 tries in the 2023 title-winning campaign. Now, obviously, we hope he's a major success, and he will be. I know we mentioned him yesterday. He will be looking at his partner in crime in the front row, George Delaney, as a proper role model, someone who has got an opportunity and kept hold of that opportunity. Whether I think Noah's going to do that this season, again, like I said yesterday, it doesn't happen every year, but there may be opportunity for him, and he's just got to be ready to take it. We know that there have been players in the past who've been big and looked great at that level. You think, I mean, Andre Savelio's had a great Super League career, and he has been down to the NRL and tried his hand down there. You've got Levi and Zongu, who was also a big unit in the academy, but it didn't quite work out for him in the first team. So it's a lot having potential and making it count. I just kind of see a little bit more from Noah. I see little facets of his game. The fact that he is a prop forward, the fact that he's kind of in that mould of his self-preservation isn't a thought, but he's also got a good set of hands, and he's got a good step, and he's got almost a turn of pace as well. about him, he seems to have an awful lot going for him. So hopefully, looking at the likes of Alex Walmsley, Matty Lees, Iggy Parsi, people like that, training with them day in, day out, is going to be absolutely tremendous for this lad's development.
Is it fair to say that he's in a completely different mould to George Delaney? Whereas you look at George and he looks like George looks like he's going to be the all-round mobile prop, doesn't he?
Yeah.
With that speed. Where Noah's role models are more likely to be the likes of Alex Walmsley, Iggy Parsi.
Possibly, but he's still got an. It still looks like, or at the level that he was at, it looked like he had an engine on him still. But
James Graham?
probably build-wise, it is one or more of those lads. And he will be looking to not just be an impact. The way that we run our props is obviously the first stint's about half an hour or so. So he'll be looking to either be, obviously in time, not this coming season, but rather than being an impact prop who just comes off the bench and keeps us rolling, he's going to want to be able to mix that up. It's a big step up from being at academy level up to first grade. And it will take him a bit of time and a bit of learning and a bit of growing to really start getting up to being kind of a starting prop forward. But as I say, with him, there just seems to be loads of different facets of his game that should have Saints fans excited. And the fact that we could have our front row for the next 10 years sorted with these two youngsters who have come through so quickly after each other.
Yeah, listen, it's fair to say George Delaney has probably done enough already to show that he's got a long career ahead of him in our first team. Noah, admittedly, has still got a long way to go. You've still got to show what you've done at reserve and academy level at a first team level at some point. There's no pressure this year at all. As we know, props don't develop to the best until later in their careers. So at this moment in time, again, like we talked about Leon Cowan yesterday, excuse me, it's all about just developing this year, isn't it? And you know what? If he gets any sort of opportunity some point, it'll be a bonus this year. Again, another one who potentially goes out and does a little bit of a stint on dual role, maybe.
Yeah, I think Swinton fans would be excited to get him down there. They took Delaney to the Hearts when he played for them. So if Noah got the chance to go, and even just like a handful of games, not talking a big run, it might be like he goes down there for 2 or 3 weeks and gets a run. Whether it's, I know we sent a couple of lads out to North Wales last year, whether it's a run out there, whether it's just sticking at the club and doing it like more reserves, run out. If he gets the opportunity, I'm sure he'll be looking at making his professional debut.
Yeah. Is it fair to say that he's already a better player and more focused on his rugby league than Dan Norman?
Well, you can say that if you like. He just looks the part, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I like a player who is photographed more often with a rugby ball in his hands than a dumbbell.
and he's absolutely, like, as you can see in that, he's absolutely filthy because he's got a load of work done. He's probably been getting through his tackles, getting through his runs. It's what you want. You want a worker up front, and
yes, always judge one of your forwards on how dirty the jersey is and not how good on an Instagram photo. Yeah. No offense, Noah.
This is a good start. You're having a go at
that. We briefly touched on it before. The last great Scouse forward we had come was obviously James Graham. Noah, a product of Crosby, attended St Mary's College, played quite a bit of Union in his junior days as well. So a bit of an all-rounder. If he is a tenth as good as James Graham ever was, we'll be doing well, Kevin. I think that's enough for now. I'm sure we'll come back to him at some point. We've got to get our money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. But when, like, just to agree with you, I think if he's got a career that gets anywhere near James Graham's, then he'll have done well, and Saints will have done well as well.
Right. That, Kevin, is our number 31 done, with 31 days to go until we face the London Broncos. We will be back tomorrow with our next player preview. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And Kevin, I might have mangled the quote earlier, but don't cry because this is over. Smile because it happened.
Thanks, Jerry Springer.